Oi, my name is Jana, and you're watching Finnish Knitting Stories, episode 60. Can't believe that many. Welcome or welcome back. Today is Friday, afternoon already. We have very bright day outside. I hope the light is okay. And we're here in my craft room. I'm coming to you from Finland, but you probably already know that. The name says it all. And this is my creative space on the internet where I mostly talk about knitting, sometimes other things as well. So let's begin. You can find me on Instagram, Esketto-knits, on Ravelry, Esketto-knits, and on Patreon as Finnish Knitting Stories, and Ko-fi, however you say that. Yeah, Finnish Knitting Stories, and I try to do my best, and I link all the important information in the description box down below. Under the last video, a couple of people said that the description box is not working properly, that it's not opening. It was opening for me, so I could not figure out what's causing the problem, but maybe you could try if you're in a browser, try it on the app, or if you're an app, try it in a browser, or maybe on a different device. I don't know. Looks like some technical glitch. Yeah, they changed on YouTube that little arrow to the text that just says more, and sometimes it's very close to the name of the podcast, and when you hit it, yeah, it has happened to me as well. It feels like you're hitting that more text, but it opens actually the main page with all the videos. Yeah, so I don't know. Not the best idea technically, probably, that change, but what can we do? Oh well. Okay, are you ready to talk about knitting? We will talk about that first, and then about other things during the knit and chat, just in case somebody's not interested in that part. Okay, so what I've been up to. Last week, I took a bit time off because it was a school holiday for the kids and I wanted to spend more time with them. And I got also a bit more knitting time than usually. Because, yeah, kind of a holiday. It wasn't full holiday for me, but I still needed to go to work. But I took some time off, like half days here and there. And yeah, I think I got like twice my normal knitting time because I only knit in the evenings and maybe like a 15 to 30 minutes in the morning if it's a good morning, if like there's nothing extraordinary happening, yeah, before I get everybody out of the house. So yeah, and then I knit in the evenings when the kids are in bed, and then on weekends a bit more if we are not going anywhere. So last week I got like double of my regular knitting time. That means I have whole two finished objects and a couple of new cast-ons. Something might have happened, but let's go in order. Let's start with the finished objects. Can you see this? This is done. I was very close to being done last time. It felt like I was close, but it still took me a couple of hours to finish it because the rows were very, very long. It's half and half triangles wrap, free pattern by Pearl Soho. It's a square. Is it a triangle? No, it's a square. I knit mine in Cremke Lazy Linen, which is very similar. Looks like it's similar to linen quill, except it doesn't have alpaca. I've been wanting to try linen quill, but I'm sometimes very sensitive to alpaca. I'm okay with the brushed one, but I'm usually quite irritated by the regular one, so I'm not sure about that, but I think I might give it a go. But anyways, this is my version with something that we had readily available in Europe. Cremke Lazy Linen, which is mix of European linen and wool. It's a blend and it's actually very lovely. It softened significantly after washing. It was already quite soft for a linen blend, but it softened even more after washing. And I love it. I love it. I knit mine in two colors. Here are my colors. I don't know the color numbers, but the shade card is very small and you can't miss them if you look for Cremke Lazy Linen. There is only one yellow and then there is only one this lilac-y. Yeah. Anyways, look at that. Look at that. This is lovely. Isn't it lovely? And this is the small version because there are two sizes in the pattern. There is a bigger and smaller size, and this is the small one. So my question is, how big is big? Because this is huge. I knitted according to pattern, and I had 2 and 2 skeins, and I actually have around 50 grams of each left, or maybe more, because I only dipped into the second skein. So I think the whole shawl, I wrote it down somewhere, I don't know, somewhere. It was 300 something. something grams. A bit over 300, I would say. Yeah, so I love it. I love it. It's lovely. It's my first finished object. I hit the guitar behind me. Okay. Yeah. My second finished object. If you have seen my whip episode of this year, these were just a little beginning. It's a sad one. It's a sad one, but I decided I'm not gonna be sad about it. I'm gonna be happy about it, because these are the mitts. Yeah, they are called mitts because they are not mittens. They are open from both ends. That I started them a couple of years ago. We used to have a dog, German Shepherd, our big gentle bear. He was a very good boy. He was getting old and he passed away 4 years ago, around this time actually. And this is his last fur that I brushed around 3 weeks before he passed away. I brushed out of him. I got a good bag of fur because it was spring. He was he was shedding, and yeah, I started these not long after he passed away, and I could not work on them. I just put them away, and yeah, I spun the yarn first. I spun the yarn, and then yeah, and it's 100% dog fur. 100% long coat German Shepherd. That's why the colors. They look a bit big on me, but that's done intentionally because I have knit dog fur mitts or mittens before, and after a couple of uses outside, once they get wet, they shrink. They shrink quite a lot. So they are intentionally big because I know they will get denser and they will shrink. I always knit them a bit big because with the first ones I knit them to size and they shrunk to a child size. So here they are. You can see all the awesome colors. I spun the yarn myself, and now I knit them. This last week actually, end of last week, I knit them in just one day because it was quite thick and poofy yarn, and I used big needles. No pattern for these because it's like my own recipe. I've knit a lot of mittens like that and mitts, so I know around what to do. Yeah, I knit this like a DK. I think I had 40 stitches here. Yeah, or 44, not sure. Didn't write anything down, but you can see all the colors. Yeah, he was a multicolored shepherd. He had black, brown, gray, and here, yeah, you can see already his gray. He was an old pop dog, and you can see a lot of white hair in there as well. So, but yeah, now I have a little bit of him here with me. I'll be using them in my car mostly when driving. We have been having very cold mornings, and these are lovely. And they will just get fluffier and softer, and yeah, they will get denser once I wear them. So there is my pair of dog fur mitts. And those were all my finished objects. Can you believe? Can you believe? Should I tell you what I'm wearing today? I bet you want to know. Do you? You always want to know what I'm wearing today. I'm wearing my Woodland by Anna Johanna. I'll get up because the most exciting bit is there. You can't see it. There. It's a Woodland by Anna Johanna. It was in her first book. Hopefully there is more coming. Is there? I hope there is. It was called Strands of Joy. And it was published by Line. The forest goes all around. And I think you can get this separately, as a separate down pattern already, I think. Not sure, but there's definitely kit version for this. That's a separate pattern. I don't know. I didn't check. Can you get this as a separate download? Anyways, yeah, go and check. If it is a separate download, it's in the description box down below, the link. Mine needs a bit of deep pilling. I have not done that in a while because this is Finnish sheep wool and it's pilling. It's pilling quite a lot, but I don't think I have ever deep pilled this. And I knitted straight away when the book came out, which was a while ago. It wasn't last year. I think it was 2 years ago. Was it? Was it already? Oh my god, time flies so fast. And it's my own hand-dyed Finnish sheep wool. I have talked about this. If you're a returning viewer, you probably already know everything about this cardigan. But if you're new, I'll just let you know. This was my very first sticking project. Very scary. But the pattern is so lovely. It guides you through all the steps and it tells you what to do. And I really loved the finishing of the edge because you like sandwich it in. It's neat on all sides. It's lovely. And then the same way we did the bind off, we also made buttonholes here. Can you see it? There are buttonholes in that edging. How cool is that? And then the buttons were also very special. I had to order them from Canada because in Finland I couldn't find moose buttons, which is weird. We have a lot of moose, but no buttons with moose. Yeah, and I think they were vintage. I ordered them off Etsy from Canada. Another good place to find moose-related items. Yeah. And oh, am I wearing this? I'm wearing the same dress I wore last week. Yeah, okay. My wardrobe is not very big, and this is my only linen dress that has long sleeves. That's why I'm wearing it again, and you can see it works with many different knits. Yeah, it's a very good color. And the dress is by Not Perfect Linen. They have their own webpage now. They used to be only on Etsy. They are still on Etsy, but now they also have their own page. Go check them out. They are my favorite linen clothes makers. They are from Lithuania and they are wonderful. I love them very much. And the earrings. Of course I need to mention the earrings because I have foxes today. From one of my favorite Finnish brands, which is designed by Kieto. And none of this is sponsored. I have spent my own money and I really love the product. That's why I'm talking about it. Nobody has paid me to do so. I love supporting small businesses and that's what we do here, don't we? Yeah, and foxes I think are a couple of years old, but you can still get them. Yeah. Okay, let's go to whips. Where should we begin? Where shall we start? I'll lift one off here. Oops. Let's start with the big one. Look, more foxes. The bag was a lovely gift from one of you. From one of you, my lovely viewers. I got it as a gift. It's a lovely big bag because I have I can fit a blanket in it. I can fit a whole blanket in it. Beginning of a blanket and a lot of yarn. And this blanket caused a lot of questions last time because I posted on Instagram as well and questions just kept coming. So yeah, this is my newest crochet cast-on and it's a blanket and the stitch is called, I think I keep saying it wrong. I checked, it's called Granny Spike Stitch. I want to call it Spiked Granny Stitch, but it's Granny Spike Stitch. And no pattern, I just started it. I learned the stitch from a video tutorial. It's linked under the previous video. And I just keep crocheting. I'm not knitting, I'm crocheting. Knitting. I have my hook here in this pouch. Not to lose it in there because I always do that. I have 4mm. And this red one is by Tulip. I don't have pink one. I didn't have pink one in size 4 for some reason. So I took a red one. And then I'm using the scraps of Novita Seitsemän veljestä, 7 brothers, which is a thick Finnish sock yarn. And mine, all of these are quite old, because the newer label looks something like this or around, and most of these have older label. So these are my deep stash. I have all sorts of colors here, and a bit of turquoise and some pink, and this is from the good old times when the balls used to be 150 grams. Now they have shrunk them to 100 grams, and yeah, I'm just trying to get rid of these yarns. So I'm crocheting a blanket, which will probably be my car blanket, and I'm just I don't have a plan here. I'm just adding the colors randomly, however I feel. I have a couple of these brighter colors. I don't know. I'm doubting that blue, but then I also have a turquoise and I want to use it up. But I only have enough for one more stripe of that blue. So I added it here, and then I'll add it further down the road. I'll make another blue stripe. And then, yeah, the yellow will come somewhere further. And most of the colors I have there are gray and several different pinks and a bit of white. So you get the theme, the color theme. I'm just using what I have. And I love it. It's growing pretty quickly. I've decided that I will do at least one of these color repeats a day, and this morning I timed when making this gray one with my morning coffee that it takes me about 15 minutes to do that. Thick yarn, big hook, yeah, will be done in no time. I don't know where. I didn't add a marker. I didn't add a progress keeper last week, but I was somewhere, I think somewhere here last week, so I think I added more than 7 in a week. Let's add a progress keeper now. Because I have them on hand here. Oop. And now everything is falling. My little spinning wheel. Okay. Let's find some cute progress keeper. What should we put on it? Should we put macaroon? How about a macaroon? Or a unicorn doesn't have a clasp. That's also a ring. No, I'm picking progress keepers. Look. Yeah, I think macaroon is good. Or should I go with a little yarn ball? That's lovely as well. I have so many good ones here. Yeah, let's just roll with it. Okay. This is my jar of stitch markers and progress keepers. I think it's initially a jewelry box. Probably. Okay, now I'll add it here that we were on the gray. Yes. Now we know where I was when I'm showing you next time. You will see my progress. Okay. Let's put that away. Oh, it's so squishy. I'm trying to crochet loosely that it would have maximum squish. Okay. New cast-ons. I think the rest 3 all will be new cast-ons. Let's go in order. I have something that I'm knitting from my stash, and it's a practical knit. It's a practical knit, and it's actually almost done. It's not for me. It's for our little one, because turns out our little one has grown tremendously once again, and most of her sweaters are very short. The sleeves are short, the length is not great, and they are a bit tight. They don't have much ease. So I'm very quickly whipping her up a new sweater. Not the prettiest one, probably, but I'm using what I have, and this will mostly be worn outside under a jacket. I don't know. She says she wants to wear it to school, but that's fine by me. Anyways, we went with her to my yarn stash, and I pulled out all the thick yarns, and I asked, no, show me the colors you like. So she picked these two. This is a thick merino yarn. Of course, she picked this and then she picked that because I told her that that's not enough. We need another color. And the yarn, I think I have had it in my stash longer. It's probably older than Sophia. I'm not sure if it's still being made, but it was available in Finland some years ago, and I bought it to make all sorts of cabled hats with a folded brim, and I actually did. I made a lot of hats. I had this in many different colors, and it's Grundle Dream. It's a merino and German and 70 meters, 50 grams. That's thick. That's very thick yarn. So I started making her a sweater. No pattern, just simple raglan. I calculated like the neckband sleeves and just neckband stitches, and then went from there. Yeah, I was comparing it to one of her sweaters, store-bought, not sweaters, but yeah, like, I don't know, hoodies. Yeah, that it would fit, and because couldn't try it on all the time. I was knitting when she was already sleeping. And then when I started doing sleeves first. I had light gray here, and then I realized it's not enough. In my head, I'm still knitting for like a 2-year-old and not 7-year-old. I can't believe my kid is that big. So yeah, I realized it's not enough. So I had to introduce the third color, and I picked another gray. So that's our color combo here. Yeah, it would probably be prettier with just 2 colors, but I did not have enough yarn because I only had like hat quantities of each, which was like 3 balls per color. Not enough. Not enough. That kid she's a big kid already. So we added the dark stripe here, and now I'm here on a body on a light stripe, and I think I will be doing ribbing very soon. Yeah, it's more of a practical knit. But I'm using up my stash, which is great, and that's what I'm trying. I'm trying to use the older yarns first. And yeah, good. I'm happy. She's actually very happy with it. She loves it. She tried it on yesterday when I was somewhere here, and she said that it's great. She likes it. So that will be finished probably today or tomorrow. I'm just striping it every 16 rows. Yeah, 16 rows. And nothing fancy. But gotta love a kitty knits. And I think I have 5mm needles or 5.5. I'm trying to knit quite tight because I know this is gonna stretch. I could not find my notes from years ago because that notebook is somewhere, or maybe it's gone already. I have written somewhere the percentage of how much it stretches after blocking, and I estimated. I did not do a swatch, but I know it's gonna stretch. It's gonna get longer, but that's okay. It's better too big than too small because she'll grow into it. Okay, yeah. Bertie and Puppet, lovely bag. I will have another one soon. I'll show you one more soon. Okay, that's my second whip, and my third whip. It's also new because I'm weak. Because I'll lift up the whole thing. I'm very weak. I have some random yarn there that does not belong to the project to lift it out. I was just storing some yarn there. Anyways, scrap yarn project. You can see my jar of scraps is half empty. It's half empty there, which means I have my scraps here. I have them here in this basket, and I added some mini skeins, most of them by Rova Silmo Solmo, and some other dyers actually as well. a mothy and squid there, and all sorts of scraps, a bit of my own. Then I have black sock yarn leftovers and black DK yarn and whatever else I have there, and black fingering weight yarn. I have a lot of things here. So I talked about this project last time, and of course I had to join the knit along. The Knit Along by Veera Välimäki, and it's Myra Cal 2023. And Myra is a dress pattern by Veera Välimäki. I have knit one of those before. Last year. Last year I knit my beige Myra that I love very, very much. I live in that thing. I live in that thing. And now I dropped stitches of my needles because I didn't put stoppers on, but okay, I'll deal with that later. My Scrappy Myra, here it is. So, ta-da! I'm not far along because I was busy working on other things. But this is my weekend plan. This is my weekend plan, and this is my Scrappy Sunday plan this week. There, initially I wanted to do a fully Scrappy Myra. This is actually Scrappy, but I don't know, I thought it would be too crazy. So I still wanted to keep the stripes. So here, in this black one, I'm marling different black yarns that I had in my stash. Different black yarns. You can see it's uneven black. Some of them are like dark gray and some are black. And then here it's basically, it's either one strand of DK plus one strand of fingering or 3 strands of fingering. Here I have 1 DK plus 1 fingering, and in the colorful section I have 3 strands of fingering, and one of them is black. I'm using black sock yarn leftovers, and this is the last, I think it's the last of my black yarn sock leftovers. I will either need to use dark gray ones, I have some, or I will need to get one more ball of black sock yarn. I think I might just do that to keep it more or less cohesive. Yeah, like throughout. Cohesive scrap yarn project. Yes, nonsense. Bleep blah bloop. Yeah. I love it. It's so me. I thought this would be my home dress, but I think it's turning out so good that I might be able to wear it outside of the house. I think I will do the neck ribbing next, and then I can adjust the fit better, like the length and other things. What do you think? I love it. I love it very much. I'm so happy with it. My Scrappy Myra. My happy Scrappy Myra dress. Everything is happy Scrappy here lately. I'm running low on scraps, by the way. Most of them are assigned to certain projects already, and this was, I think these are the last of my neon scraps. Then I will have to knit. I will be forced to knit from the full skeins. Not that it's a problem, but you know, I do love me some Scrappy projects. Do love me. Bleep blah bloop. Okay, yeah. We will talk about it more when I knit on it a bit more. But now I will show you my last new cast on. It's here in this lovely bag by Bertie and Poppet. Always, always. I love those gnomes and mushrooms and everything about it. And you can see something green peeking out, don't you? And you're probably thinking, what is that woman doing? Those are not my colors. You know that, right? But I happen to have them in my stash. There is some Drops Nord that I used for Christmas baubles some time ago because I had white, red, and this green. So there's a leftover. And this is a Rowan Kid Silk in a very interesting green that I got in a bulk bag when a couple of years ago. A bit more than couple. Quite a long time ago, I went to the local yarn shop and I was looking for mohair for a cardigan, and she said, yeah, she doesn't carry mohair anymore, but hold on a second, she might have something in the bag. So she brings out this huge bag of Rowan Kid Silk Haze, and she says, oh, if you take it all, there was a lot of beige that I needed. I made a cardigan from that. Yeah, I have a long, full mohair cardigan. It's fabulous, but it's not a story about that. Yeah, if you take it all, I'll give you a really good price. And I said, okay, sold. That's how my mohair drawer was born. There was a lot of beige, a couple of black balls, this green, and then very weird pink. That's not my kind of pink. Yeah, it's a bit brighter than I prefer, and that's still untouched in the drawer. I will probably use it for something for Sophia because she enjoys that color. So, and then this green, and it's been sitting there forever, and now finally I have a use for it. Can you guess what's in there? I'll give you a hint. It's related to my When Frogs Oink Mal. By the way, thank you everybody who has joined. I'm having so much fun. But we will talk about it in a second. So, can you guess already what's in there? Who's in there? Who's in there? Meet Franny. She's not yet camera ready. She's very shy because she doesn't have arms or like front legs. Franny doesn't have arms. The frog arms, front legs. Yeah. there is Franny. Okay, I'll show you Franny. Isn't she lovely? She's almost ready to join the world. Crazy eyes, as always. It's a theme here. And yeah, I started the frog. This is frog pattern, Frog by Claire Garland, .pebbles. You probably have seen a whole bunch of these all over the internet because they are lovely. They are lovely, they are fun, they are very quick to make. And if you're making one, please join our make-along, When Frogs Oink Mal. And this is my second entry for my own make-along. I love her legs. I'm not gonna be, yeah, the legs are posable, by the way. I added a plastic tie in there. I'm a bit of a trash raccoon, I don't know, like a junk hamster. I have hard times throwing all sorts of little bits and bobs that might be useful. Like, I don't have it with me. I have one more for the arms, but I think it's in the living room. Yeah, I had these white plastic ties that they came with something, and I saved them, and once I was looking at them and thinking I should just throw them away, but yeah. Glad I didn't, because now I added them in the legs, and the legs are posable. And the arms will be posable as well. Let's call them arms. They are probably front legs, but whatever. Isn't she a cutie? Isn't she adorable? I can't wait to start playing with her. I know I'm a big kid because we will have outfits and furniture, and she will go on adventures with me. First I thought it's a boy, but then I added the eyes and she looked at me, and it's definitely a girl. Yes, so I named her Franny. Franny the frog. And she's adorable, isn't she? Yeah, and in the morning I was having coffee with my husband, and he was like, "Ooh, how is your froink going?" I said, well, "My what?" He's like, "Froink, your frog pig make-along, that knit-along make-along." I was like, okay, first of all, that's genius name, and second of all, where were you a couple of weeks ago when I was trying to figure out the name for it? Froink? Yeah. So we checked the hashtag on Instagram, and there are some cute little creatures popping up, and I love it. My husband is interested in what what you're all doing there. Are you making frogs or pigs? The piggy is now, I think the piggy is in our daughter's room. It might become her piggy. First she was saying that she wants her own, but now she has taken Miss Piggy. Miss Piggy lives there now with Mouse and Bunny. But I'm not giving up Franny. Franny is mine. we will have a lot of fun together. So I used leftover yarns for Franny. It's drops Nord and Rowan and Kid Silk. And then for the belly, I used also drops Nord and drops Kid Silk. There is white drops Nord and beige Kid Silk. And yeah, I hope I can finish her today. We have a bit weird day because, yeah, Sophia had her ear doctor appointment, but we're slowly moving into knit and chat. Just one more thing. Purchases and acquisitions. I thought I don't have any, but I do. I do have one. I went to grocery shopping yesterday and I picked a ball of yarn. Can you guess why? Because of the color. It's not going into my stash. I'm gonna cast it on this weekend. It's gonna be a pair of socks for our bigger kiddo because it's his favorite color. He loves neon green. Yeah, neon green is his thing. And it's Novita 7 veljestä. He needs new home socks because he has... Yeah, the ones he has are wearing very thin, and I have fixed them once, and I'm done with that. once they are through, because a bit too big area is damaged, and yeah. 100 grams, 200 meters, 75 wool, 25 polyamide, and color number 323. I think it's a new color. I haven't bought this yarn forever, but I could not walk by it because my hand just reached out and I went grocery shopping. Picked up a ball of yarn. Yeah, he will love that color. And he's been complaining that my stash doesn't have any of his favorite colors, that most of the yarn there is for like my taste or Sophia's taste. No. Yeah, us girls, we take over. So I've been thinking to add maybe a bit more colors that my husband or our big kiddo would enjoy, which means more blues and greens and yeah, less pinks. They don't enjoy pink. I don't know why. Some men enjoy pink. Not the men of this house, no. They like greens. Yeah. My husband likes blues and yellows, and actually the kiddo likes yellows as well. Well, that's a very long story about one single ball of yarn. And yeah, he has big feet now, and I hope that this is enough to make him a pair of socks. I think it should be. It should be enough to make him a pair. They are big, but they are not big. They are smaller than mine still. Yeah. Okay. Thinking out loud. That's a... Franny. Do I have something to knit on? I don't think I have anything to knit on. This is gonna be a weird knit and chat. I'll go grab Sophia's muscle burr. Hold on. Hold on. I'll leave you with Franny. There. Don't go anywhere. I just moved everything while getting in here. Okay, Franny will go sit here and don't sing on a podcast. I brought my yarn bowl with the yarn. Yeah, this is also a whip. I just forgot it in the living room, and it's already almost halfway through. Soon I think I could join the second color, and the second color will be pink. Yeah, we settled on a pink, and I found a leftover in my stash. Actually, it was in the bottom of that jar. I had a quite good ball of pink, and I hope it's enough. I need to put this on scale, but I have needles in. I don't know. I could scale other half because it's around 100 grams and see how much I have used, and then I could figure out is that leftover pink enough for another half of the Sophia's muscle bar? So yeah, knit and chat. What have you been up to? What's on your needles? Hook, loom, spinning wheel? Tell me more. I want to know. Last time, I had a feeling that I forgot to talk about something last time. And what I forgot to talk about last time were my February stats. Because I'm a journal person now all of a sudden. Okay, it's not I'm just writing down the projects that I finish and how much yarn it took. And then I'm writing down the incoming yarn for that month. So I could keep a bit of a track. Because I'm not on a yarn diet. I'm not on a yarn buying ban. I'm just trying to knit a bit more from my stash. That it would slowly be reducing, but not too much, because I love my stash. I love my stash. I enjoy it. I love knitting from it, shopping from it, and I could not live without my stash. But I want to make space for more yarn in my stash, and I have very limited storage space here. I don't want to buy new cubbies or, yeah, it all needs to fit in here. That's why I'm trying to reduce it a bit and maybe use up the older yarns that have been sitting there for a long time. So, are you interested in this? I'll just give you my February numbers. So I knit up 1,740 grams in February because there were a couple of projects that took quite much yarn, like my Saturday Shrug, my Boring Basic Raglan, and the Forager Sweater. Those were the biggest ones. And then I had all kind of little projects. Yeah, like socks and tassels. Tassels took 65 grams out of my stash. So if you want to use up yarn, make tassels. Yeah, Piggy took 40 grams with everything, headband 50, dishcloth 20, and blah 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 blah. Anyways, and the yarn that I brought in 307 grams of yarn, which means that I'm minus 1,433 grams, which is excellent. Those are some very good numbers for me personally. This is not a competition. It's not a race. We all have own knitting pace, and I'm just keeping myself accountable by telling it to you that you would keep me accountable, that keep your journal, woman. Because every time I have tried to keep some kind of notes or journal, it ends in January, max February. But now I'm in March. I've been writing down my March finished objects and my March incoming yarn. So far I have brought in 220 grams of yarn this month. Oops. But anyway, I have knit up more. I have knit up more than that because I finished this and that counts. Yeah, I said 300. It's 295 grams, this thing. Yeah, and dog fur mitts were 65 grams. And some other things. Okay, those were just quick February stats in almost middle of March already. Let's now knit and chat. So, yeah. About this week, what's up here? I don't know what's up here. This week has been a bit stressful because I'm trying to juggle everything and find time for things, and I've been working, and I don't know. It just feels like I'm equally bad at everything. When you're trying to be a parent, especially a parent to a special need child, it's not easy because there are a lot of things that just need to be done and nobody cares when. And yeah, that's why I've been feeling a bit down and upset with myself, mostly that I have to make it work. I have no choice. Yeah, just the regular. I don't know, maybe this is middle-age crisis, maybe it's existential crisis, or maybe it's just spring. I need more vitamins. I don't know, but I've been thinking about my life and how to how to fit everything in it and how to balance it and how to stay sane. Good that we have our knitting. Our knitting keeps us sane. Yeah, so today Sophia had her ear checkup. Everything is okay. That's good news. And I have not been knitting that much this week. Most of the things you saw were made last week, except for the frog. Because the weather is interesting. It's been going from like -18 to +3 Celsius all in one day. And my head can't take that kind of temperature swings. I've been having awful headaches, low blood pressure, and I've been barely functional this whole week. I was still going to work because don't have much of a choice. Need to do certain things, just need to be done. But yeah, a couple of times my husband had to drive me because I was not in a condition to drive. I hope the weather gets more stable. I don't care plus or minus, I just can't take these swings. I'm very affected by the weather changes, unfortunately. I don't know. I don't know why, but it has always been like that. I can feel it in my bones when the weather is gonna turn, or actually in my head. Okay, enough about that. Let's talk about something else. What else? I actually don't know. I didn't write down any topics for our knit and chat because nothing much really has happened in my life this week. Been just home, work, home, kids' appointments. Mostly like that. We're having pizza night tonight because it's Friday. Hubby promised to cook. I'm also trying out new cleaning routine when I clean the house during the week. Not that I have much time, but the thing is I don't want to clean on weekends. So I'm trying to shift that chore away from the weekends and just do a bit, certain areas a bit here and there during the week. And actually it's Friday and it's quite okay. I still could quickly clean the bathroom and then I think we're actually good. I have no cleaning left for the weekend, only laundry. And laundry is a big problem. I always have a problem folding away the clean laundry. Who else is with me? I don't like doing that, and there is just always a pile in the basement. Can't people just take whatever they need from there? Do I have to put everything away? Yeah, that's usually the one thing that's left behind. Yeah, I'm trying to keep the house in order as much as it's possible with 2 little kids and a very messy husband. Yeah, but it's not spotless. It's not like, it's very far away from perfection. Not that we're going there. But I'm trying that it would be livable, tolerable. Yeah. But there's still stuff lying around, and I don't know. We've been skiing a lot in the evenings because the weather was good for that. A couple of days I missed because of my headache, but then hubby went with the kids, and Sophia is like, she's addicted to skiing now. She just wants to go and go and go, and she can go many kilometers without stopping or break, and she just wants to go more. Because I think this is the first year when she's not falling over. She's very hypotonic, so skiing was not easy to learn for her. Yeah, same like bicycle, but I think last summer we tackled the bicycle that she can ride a 2-wheeler rather than 3-wheeler. She learned to do that. So, and the skis were hard for some reason, even though we have done all the pre-work when she was a baby. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm tangled in a neon yarn. Maybe she's future Olympic skiing champion. And people have been asking, yeah, downhill or cross country? Cross country. cross country because no big hills around here. They just go in the forest nearby and they ski there. Or us. I also join them sometimes. Not every time. I'm not that good. Yeah, I like skiing, but I'm not very good at it. My husband is. He's very good at it, and the kids are much better than I am, but I still enjoy it. Yeah, it's never too late to learn, probably. I'm a silly lady in her woolly outfit skiing there in the forest, doing something weird, trying to ski. Yeah. What else? What else? What else should we talk? Should we talk about the events in the world? I don't know how much you know about what happened in Georgia. I'm incredibly proud of the nation of not the US Georgia, but Georgia that's here. Here on this side of the world, the country of Georgia. Yeah, I think Russians could learn from them a thing or two, because in Russia they always say that, oh, protests don't bring any results. Turns out they do. Yeah, if enough people go on the streets, because Georgian government wanted to make a very similar law that's in Russia about international agents that basically they wanted to make people's life miserable. It's a very Russian law what they wanted to make, what they wanted to approve, and yeah, and a couple of good amount of people went on the streets. Many thousands of people went on the streets, and they protested, and that law did not go through, which is great. So I'm very proud of them for standing up for themselves and not letting Georgia become second Russia, because it's already partly occupied. My cousin lives in Georgia, so I know everything from from the front lines. Yeah. Yeah, the world is a crazy place, and people in charge are not the right people. It feels more and more often, and that they shouldn't be in charge at all. And yeah, if you did not know, part of Georgia is kind of occupied by Russia. Yeah, kind of, quite, yeah. And the world said nothing when Russia invaded Georgia. And the world said nothing when Russia invaded Ukraine back in 2014. Luckily now the world is a bit better place, and people have finally realized that need to put the end to that madness. On a more positive note, our squirrel is back. We have a squirrel. I'm pretty sure it's the same squirrel that was here last winter. I hope it's the same one. Yeah, we have a bird feeder there in front of the kitchen window, and there is a squirrel coming to eat from there. And she's very welcome to do so. There is enough food for everybody. Yeah, I'm not gonna stop her. Poor little thing needs to eat as well. I have tried to film her, but it was still too dark in the morning, and yeah, I hope she comes when it's a bit lighter. And we have so much more light now here. It's light in the mornings. It's so nice. When I'm coming back from work, there's still light. I'm enjoying it so much. Spring is coming. It really feels like there is hope. There's still lots of snow on the ground, but I can definitely feel that the amount of light is amazing. I feel better. I don't mind winter, but when it's dark for a very long time, it starts to get to you very slowly. Yeah, and now it's a very good time for more light in my life, because a lot of things are going on in the background that I can't talk about right now, but yeah, or ever, I don't know, will I ever be able to talk about them, but Anyway, light is helping me to stay positive and hopeful, and yeah. Anyways, I can have a feeling that I'm forgetting something, but I guess we will just leave it for the next time. Yeah, just like last time. I forgot to talk about my stats and something else, but oh well, my memory is failing me sometimes. I don't know why. I don't know why. I think I have mentioned that before, that having some memory problems. Can't remember things anymore as good as I used to. Um, yeah. One more thing I've been thinking about, that I would really love to make some time for spinning. I would like to start spinning again because I haven't done it in a while, but I just don't know where to fit it in my life. Maybe like once a week, half an hour, I could like scheduled spinning time. I would probably want more, but I need to start somewhere. I really want to start spinning. I usually spin. I have noticed I spin more in summer, which is weird because winter is traditional spinning time. When there is no garden, you can just sit and spin, but there has been so much snow works this winter that I think those ate my spinning time. Yeah. I don't know. Anything else? Probably not. So I'm gonna finish for today, and I'll go have a cup of coffee. Traditionally, I celebrate recording a podcast with a cup of coffee. Yeah, so I'm wishing you all a lovely weekend or a week, depends when you're watching this. Thank you for being here with me. I really enjoy our Friday chats. I hope you enjoy them too. And if you have not yet, please subscribe to my channel and hit a like button and that notification bell, because it helps my little channel to grow. Yeah, thank you, and I will see you very soon. Hey, bye.